abilities and levels of confidence. Give me just a quick icebreaker activity. And that's one simple way that we can use these tools to help us create class activities, scenarios, case studies, and just really use those tools to help us to be more inclusive and help to signal to all students that they are welcome and respected. So Adam, now that we know that students are going to feel more valued in their learning community, how do we help them feel confident that they're on track with their learning?
Thank you so much, Flower. By the way, I love your ideas. I was mentally taking a lot of notes there. And one of the things I want to say too that I love that that Flower and Sean have done so well is that these ideas that are difficult, right? Like for Flower, for you to be teaching this new class, right? To not know this stuff like the back of your hand, right? To be able to go to AI as a starting point, I think is so important. I know there's a lot of concerns about AI as a whole, and one of the great things, if we just treat it like a first step, right? It's not the end, it's not the last response, it's the first response, and we can use that to help us get over that initial hump. So very, very well said. I love that. So one of the things that I find that's really difficult, especially at scale, is assessment. And we've got a lot of questions about academic integrity with the use of AI, and hopefully we'll be able to give you some proactive ideas here instead of reactive ideas. And by proactive, I mean creating assessment that, like you said, Flower, makes students feel confident, gives them opportunities to fail without the pain of really failing, right? But a way for them to check themselves before it's too late, right? So when we talk about consistent assessment, it's about evaluating progress throughout the semester and not necessarily performance. I think that's a really good distinction to make. And so going back to my favorite book, also named after my favorite play, Cats, we can see there's a lot of great opportunities to do that. But when we think about Cats' classroom assessment techniques at scale, it can be really difficult for a lot of reasons. Number one, obviously creating them takes a lot of time. And then number two, assessing it, right? That can be really difficult as well. And so one of the things that we're going to talk about is the opportunity to do practice problems. And so what I love about our practice problem, particularly a case study, and Flower has already talked about potentially using case studies as an active engagement tool, but a practice problem case study is where you go to AI and you basically say, hey, I need a case study, and then you provide it to learners, and learners actually have to submit something before they get an answer. And so that's the joy. I mean, every LMS has that kind of conditional type of thing where you say, hey, look, don't show this until they've uploaded something. So students have to actually write something out, and then they can actually get feedback. This is a great way for learners to be able to try something out, to kind of see how I did. And you also get that great cause and effect. I did something, I got something as a result of it. So let's take a look at this in terms of what this looks like in AI. And again, using Chat GPT with our prompt here.